How did you get into the creative arts space?
My entry point has been since I was like 4 years old. I realized I was multi-talented. I could draw, dance. I was actually the best dancer in school at the time. So I decided to venture into phone photography, and that is where it all started. I've been financially independent since I was 18. I think it's just a mindset thing. You can make money from anything. The problem is how to make that money. That's what we have. Since that 18 that I decided to do this thing, I literally planned like 45 years of my life.
So you're on track.
We don't have a Kwame Koda film. I see myself making the first Kwame Koda film, right? Is it midas?
Midas touch.
Yeah.
People say different.
Midas touch, yeah. So the understanding is that anything he touched turns into gold, right? My theory is that anything I touch needs to have a sense of orange or have a sense of warmth in it.
And what is the message?
People say the sky is the limit. I want to go beyond the sky. I want to touch the sun. So that means if the norm is the sky, I want to go beyond the norm and touch the sun.
Hi friends, Viana Nagasi here. You're back with us on the RV Plus pod, and today I have a true artist sat on the opposite end of me. He's an artist in every sense of the word. Once we start talking, you start to see how much of an artist that he truly is. His work spans across multiple spaces, and I'll let him take us through the journey himself. But I'm super excited today to have the one and only Kwame Koda with me. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. You're welcome. I know you're a bit of like a gentle person, but I'll pull your energy today. I'll pull a bit of it. I'll pull it up.
I have a mixture.
Okay, please give us the higher end.
The high one?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you're sitting up. Okay, so let's start it from the beginning. How did you get into the creative arts space? What was your entry point?
For me, my entry point has been since I was like 4 years old, because my main talent is drawing and painting.
You're an actual artist.
Yeah, I'm an actual artist, drawing and painting.
I thought, yeah.
I was always like the best artist in my class.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember in high school, the school magazine, the cartoon section was my artwork. Okay. Yeah, so like I've always been an artist. So I think I decided to switch to more of what I'm doing now in high school, because I realized I was multi-talented. I could draw, dance. I was actually the best dancer in school at the time.
You heard it here first. I had no clue.
Yeah. I still do dance once in a while.
We're coming for lessons.
Oh, yeah, I do,
for lessons.
Yeah. Okay. So dance, basketball, football, drawing, painting, rapping, singing.
Singing?
Yeah, everything. So I realized I had to pick something, because I can't do all these things. And at that time, I felt like we're moving into more of a digital world. So I was like, okay,
what year was this, by the way? Can you put like a year to it?
Hey, if I do, you know my age.
Okay, you can say like era, like maybe like late 2000s.
Oh, don't worry, I don't mind. Right now, I'm old enough. So that was in 2016.
2016.
Yeah,
okay.
when I was about to complete high school.
Okay.
So I felt like we're going into a digital world. So it was either going to be digital arts, me drawing on like a Wacom tablet or something, or doing photography. At that time, I didn't have money to afford a Wacom tablet. So I decided to do phone photography, because I had saved up some money that I used to buy a Samsung Galaxy at that time to start phone photography. So I decided to venture into phone photography, and that is where it all started.
So you started with photography?
I started with, professionally.
Phone photography?
Yeah, professionally, I started with phone photography.
Okay.
And I was designing posters too. I was using PixArt and Photogrid to do posters.
Okay.
And that's how I was living. I was surviving, let me say. Yeah.
Were you able to make, able to make enough to...
Yeah, I've been financially independent since I was 18. That was around that time. And I've been living off my art since I was 18 till now. Yeah,
that's crazy, because most people wouldn't think that like you can monetize. And let's even start with like arts like art canvases, art.
Yeah.
Is it a space that I don't think we understand it fully in Ghana?
Yeah, so that's
commissioning arts, like the world of arts is a whole thing. In the West is a whole thing. People sell one canvas, well, commission it for millions.
Yeah, the thing is, you can make money from everything. The problem we have is how to make the money, because if you look at somebody like Dangote, what does he do? He sells cement, salt, basic stuff. Yeah, and I always say this thing: if my child decides he or she wants to sell charcoal, my thing is, how can we make $1 million or $2 million from selling charcoal? That's my thing. So you can make money from anything. The problem that we have in this country is how to make money from that thing. That's what we have. So I've always had that understanding, because I remember I think I was faced with this same challenge of, oh, it's not something that you make money from and all those things. And then I went to Google and I Googled the richest photographer at that time. And the person was a millionaire. So I was like, oh, so that means it's actually possible. So you people are lying to me. So I'm going to take that chance and then work towards becoming rich with my craft. So yeah, I think it's just a mindset thing. You can make money from anything. The problem is how to make that money. That's what we have.
So you think you have figured out how to make?
Yeah, I mean, I've been survived. That's how I've stayed alive till today, since I was 18. Yeah, that's how I've stayed. Right after high school, I started taking care of myself financially till date.
Was it because you were straying from the typical route, like you were straying from what your parents wanted from you, that you sought independence, or was like...
Yeah, that's the answer.
Typically, all of us creatives.
Yeah, because at that time...
Stubborn people.
Yeah, because at that time, my mom gave me an ultimatum, right? It was either I was going to go to school or I was going to be on my own. Because at that time, after high school, the next thing is university. I decided not to go to university.
I'm guessing you studied visual arts, right?
Yeah, I studied visual arts, yeah. And I didn't go to uni until like 2 years later. But even that one, I dropped out twice in 1 year. I dropped out twice in 1 year. So, because the thing is with me is I decided to go to uni because at that time I felt like, okay, maybe there's something I don't know. And I say I want to do this and I want to know everything about my craft. So let me go to uni. And I went to uni, and the first time I dropped out, I think we were writing a test and I had gotten a gig from Afrofuture at that time. And I was supposed to be one of their graphic designers, and it was taking my time. So it was either going to be the money or the test. So I took the money and I dropped out. Then I decided to come back again. And around that time, so what happened was that if you don't write exam, you can join the people.
And resit.
No, not resit per se, but then it's like a summer classes or something like that. So for the people who come late, so that they will join the people in year 2. Okay. Or let me say second semester or something.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that one too, because it was like a small time frame, you have to go to school every day, like every day of the week. And my business had started picking up, like my creative studio had started picking up, and I had to be in class every day. So I was like, okay, so I have to pick one now. So I decided to go with my creative studio, and then I dropped out, and then I haven't looked back since then.
Is there a regret of yours?
No, it can never be a regret, because I personally, I don't believe in regrets. Like every decision I make, I believe is the best decision, because who I am today is who I am today. Like I can't change it. Like I can't change who I was yesterday. So if I make a decision today, I trust the Koda that made the decision today, that he made the decision in that moment, looking at the circumstances and the surroundings. So I trust that version of Koda at that time. So I can never say I have regrets on that. Yeah.
Would you be able to tell me what your big break was? What moment it was that you're like, you know what, nah, this thing will make sense or has made sense? I'm
going to sound crazy, right? I don't believe I've had a big break, and I don't believe that, not to say that I haven't had some big breaks, but every big break that I've had, like I wrote it down and I manifested it. So it's nothing that was like a surprise to me, like, oh my God, like I did this. No, it's like since that 18 that I decided to do this thing, I literally planned like 45 years of my life. So 45 years of my life is like it's laid out. And
from 18 to age 45, or 18 plus 45? 18
plus 45.
Wow.
And I've been religiously living according to that for the past like 6 years. So everything I've done in the past 6 years is something that I've written down that I was supposed to do. Even things I'm doing now.
You know, like just today, Babilo was saying that I'm getting so much advice from the podcast. Like they don't know. If you guys won't take the advice, I'll take my own advice. Yeah. Genuinely, that's something I'm going to practice.
Yeah. So I know where I'm going to be in the next 45 years. Like I know where I'm supposed to be this year. I know where I'm supposed to be next year. And everything that happens is within my plan. It's just that sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but I'm always around my where I've stated my plans that I'm supposed to be.
So you're on track?
Yeah, I'm on track. Yeah, for the past 6 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that was, you set the plan, you set the ball in motion from 18.
Yeah. So wait, it's been 6 years now. Currently, I think I have to just say my age. I'm 28 now.
Yes.
So that's like since I was like 22.
22.
Yeah.
So you set the plan you built the plan at 18, but for 4 years,
Yeah.
you didn't implement
Because
anything.
after 2 years is when I went into uni, and I tried it back. I dropped out twice, and then I came back, and then I decided, okay, I have to stick to this thing. So I've been running that program for the past 6 years now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's tell people a little bit about your morning routine. it's so let's take us to, like, you wake up in the morning, what are you doing?
So here's the thing, right? Even with that 45-year plan, like, what I do is I set the goals and I backtrack, right? So I backtrack into okay, in the next 10 years I'm supposed to be here, so that means 5 years I'm supposed to be here, that means 2 years I'm supposed to be, that means 1 year. Okay, 1 year, then I break it down: 12 months, 10 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months.
Crazy.
Then in a month I break it down to weeks, then I break it down to days.
Does it happen according to it, like to the T?
So here's the thing, right? There's this thing that I knew or I understood from when I made that plan. If I decide that I want to, let's say, move to the store, right, within the next 5 seconds, what's going to happen is that within the next 5 seconds, is either I'm going to be there, I'm going to be past that, or I'm going to be closer to it. But the difference is that I'm not going to still be sitting here.
Where you were at, when you set the
So whatever
intention.
happens, I know that, okay, if I was like midway, I know that, okay, I have to double up so I can get closer. If I'm there, that means, okay, I'm there. If I'm past that, that means, okay, I need to set a higher goal. So what happens is that every time I'm around my goals, is either I'm beyond that, or I'm before that, or I'm exactly there.
You're never too far. You're around.
But I always have an idea of where I'm supposed to be or where I'm going. So like I'm always around there.
How did you end up venturing into videos? I know it's a natural transition. Most videographers started out with photography, but for you, what was maybe the first introduction to filmmaking, videography?
So this is me sounding crazy.
That was part of your plan.
It was actually part of the plan. And within the grand scheme of things, right, I'm supposed to be making, remaking films for Ghanaian, like, deities and Ghanaian, like, we don't have a Kwame Koda film. I see myself making the first Kwame Koda film, right? So within my plan, I'm supposed to start making films at a certain point. But before that, I need to understand how cameras work and understand how the video space works like. So my great idea was to start doing music videos, because there I can use OPM, that is other people's money, to test out or try out my ideas whilst learning.
Getting practice time.
Exactly, whilst learning and connecting with people within the space too. So I was supposed to go into music videos, do that for a bit, and then enter into filmmaking. So I decided I was going to make music videos. I think within my plan, I was supposed to start doing music videos 2023. So I made the announcement at the end of 2022, and I started doing music videos in February the next year. And within that year, I did 16 music videos.
Wow. So you make the announcement, or you post it, and
I make
do you
the
have people in your DMs, artists?
Yeah. So the first call I had was from Kwesi's current wife.
Okay.
That was around that time. She contacted, because she said she was following me, or following Chad. I didn't know that she was even Kwesi's girl at that time. And then she said that, she saw that I posted that I'm going to start doing music videos. So she wants to, like, me to work on Kwesi's next video. And at that time, Kwesi had gone quiet for a long time. It was around the era that he cut his hair off. So he was going to re-announce himself, or, like, show himself with his low cuts. And she said she thought I was the best person to do that music video. So that was my first music video. And as soon as it dropped, I got my next call, which was from Kitty.
Okay.
And apparently they said that, they were looking at doing a photo shoot with me, but they saw the video that I had done with Kwesi, and they would like me to.
Is this I Lied?
I Lied. Okay. So that was when we did I Lied. And then what happened is that within that year, I never sent an email or text to anybody that I wanted to do a music video. But what happens is that anytime the video drops, I get the next call. So it was back to back, just like that. But there's a trick to it, right? People don't know this, but I understood that I have to market myself to get my next work, right? So what I'll do is that if let's say I'm just quoting figures here, right? If let's say you pay me like let's say 70K for a music video, right? I'll shoot the music video like you gave me 200K.
Okay.
So what happens is that when the next call come out, I'll tell them that, oh, I shot this video for 200K. So then it comes down to like maybe 160K or 100 something.
And you're still above target.
And I'm still above target. So that was how I kept going and I kept on, making money, and then I kept on growing from there.
No, but I think honestly, so the thing that is maybe not, it might be oblivious. I'm sure you know it because you built a brand around it. But me, having seen your work, the first work I saw you had done was I Lied,
Yeah.
And that was also like his sort of announcement because he had also gone quiet so he had come back into the industry making that, telling the story.
Yeah.
And there was some, like the feel.
Yeah.
Is now that I understand that it was intentional because you have the Sandman theory.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we call it theory or whatever, but it just felt and looked different.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that might have made you stand out.
Yeah. So,
would you agree?
Yeah. It's very intentional, and it came from another philosophy of mine. And this guy, the touch of Midas. Is it Midas? Midas.
Midas touch. People say differently.
Midas touch. Yeah. So the understanding is that anything he touched turns into gold, right? My theory is that anything I touch needs to have a sense of orange or have a sense of warmth in it. So that's my touch. So anywhere you see that orange or you see that warmth, you think of me. So it was very, very intentional. So in everything I do, music video, photo, sculpture, car, shoe, anything, you see a representation of that orange in there or that warmth in there.
How are you able to like pull the people along, like your clients?
Yeah.
Maybe the person doesn't want warm tones, the person wants cooler tones or whatever.
Yeah, so there's another trick to it, right? So what I've been able to do is that, so my creative studio handles like full projects, right? And there are people who mostly want to work with me for my talent or my brand as Kwame Koda. And those people are the ones who seek for that orange thing in it, right?
Okay.
And then anybody who wants to do their own thing, I ship them to the creative studio. Because what happens is that when people come in and they want to have my orange thing, they are looking for a partnership. They're not looking for somebody to come and just shoot a video or take photos for them. They are looking for a Kwame Koda effect. They want to be like, oh, this was done by an artist in Ghana or this was done by Kwame Koda. So they want that partnership in there. So that's how I've been able to separate the two or differentiate the two.
But that's perfect. That's genius. So if somebody comes and they don't want the warm, they don't want the sun factor, they can go and then
I shifted to the creative studio.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah.
At what point do you transition into filmmaking? I know you started making films and telling stories that way.
Yeah, so the plan was do the music videos and then move into the film.
What year did you start or make your first film? You do short films?
I started doing my short films, I think last year. Was it last year? I think last year. Because we're in 2026. Yeah, I started doing last year because I did music videos for 2 years. I mean, I'm still doing music videos, but like heavy on for 2 years. That was from 2023 to 2024. 2024. I mean, I'm still doing it, but I'm saying heavy.
Okay.
2023, 2024. So I could get the grasp on it. And then 2025, I did 3 short films. So I started doing films 2025. Yeah.
You've done exhibits and a bit of a tour in the UK.
Yeah, UK, Europe, like everywhere. Like, yeah.
It was part of the plan, I know. Yeah. I don't need you to say that, but the reception you get.
Yeah.
And I know you've done a few. You've had events in Ghana.
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah. Right now I'm around like 17, 16 exhibitions.
Exhibitions.
Yeah.
Okay,
in Ghana alone is like I think it's like 8 or 9, and then outside is like 10 or 9 or something like that. Like I keep count. I document everything, but off head I wouldn't remember. But there's been a lot. I try to make something happen. Make sure that every year there's something happening. And this orange thing and this sun thing that I do, the sun shines everywhere. So the idea is that by the time I'm at 45, I should have exhibited all around the world. My work should have been seen all around the world. So I moved from doing Ghana stuff to, I've done Portugal, I've done Italy, I've done UK, I've done France. Like, so right now I'm looking at the US, I'm looking at Brazil, I'm looking at Nigeria, I'm looking at SA. But ideally, because it's the sun thing, I have to be everywhere by 45. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of crazy things that I have to do. So that's why the question about the doing when I had my big break was very confusing, because I feel like my big break is going to be every year, because every year there's something that I have to do that has to be a big break for me myself. So it's like every year there has to be something till I die.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we strayed from the morning routine. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to morning routine. Take
Yeah,
us
so
through, like, you wake up.
backtrack. Yeah, so when I backtrack into weeks and then into days, so there's something I'm supposed to do every day. So I wake up today, I have to check. Okay, yesterday was I able to do this? Okay, today what do I have to do? Okay, so my morning routine is that I wake up. My alarm rings 4:30 every morning. 4:30, I'm up, stretch, recap, say a prayer, very important. And then I make my cup of coffee. Then I go sit at my
Your balcony.
Yeah, balcony, and that's why I do my calls. I check, look through social media, whatnot, get my energy up a bit. Then I get into work. It's either I'm working from home or I'll go to like Jamestown Coffee, go do some work. And then from there, I'm looking at my emails. I'm doing my edits. I'm looking at maybe sets shoots that are supposed to be happening. So I'm talking to producers. I'm talking to colorists, my DOP. So it's basically every day something is happening. So every day I have to wake up. I see my life like a film series. Every episode there's something happening. There's a plot. There's activity in there. So every day I'm always expectant, and I'm always looking forward to what's happening today. What episode are we at right now? Like, what's happening today? So every day I wake up with the excitement that there's something needs to be done today. I need to kill somebody.
What do you think is something that we as creatives in Ghana are not understanding about building a sustainable career? So it's twofold.
Yeah.
Building a brand, because
Yeah.
you've been able to do that. Also have seen tweets about you on X,
Yeah.
where people, I remember one time someone I follow on X was like, I don't remember, I can't quote it verbatim, but the person was pretty much saying that you're one of Ghana's best like visual artists or whatever. And that's when I went to start, I realized, I lied. So it took me on a trail.
Yeah.
And you've been able to build a recognizable brand, like visually.
Yeah.
Anybody sees the warmth, everybody sees the sun, they can attribute that to you. What's something that you think we as creatives are not getting right about building a noticeable brand? Like, okay, this is Vienna.
Yeah.
And then also the business of it as well.
Yeah, I think we fail to have a long-term vision, because the long-term vision informs you of whatever you're doing today. It lets you know that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be. These are the kind of people I should associate myself with. These are the kind of clothes that I should be wearing. And then also, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I feel like for me, I think very big. Like, I think very, very, very big, because whatever we're doing today or whatever we're doing now, it's based on what somebody has. Let me say, for instance, even this microphone that we're using, somebody built it for us to use, right? I feel like it's high time Africans, or let me say Africa, needs to start making their own stuff and owning their own spaces and stuff like that. You get me? So when I'm doing something, I'm thinking about, okay, how am I doing this in a way that I can own my own version of that? So that's where the whole orange thing comes in, because I want to place my mark on it. And when you're able to do that, there's one thing that I understood. It's from a blog that I read somewhere, that I was thinking, what will make an artist live forever? Because in as much as you're creating work, when you die, it's like you're gone, right? What's that one thing that we can do that makes us live forever? And then I came to understand you need to be able to put yourself into things, maybe like a book, maybe like a statue or something. You need to do something that is going to outlive you. So with the understanding of that, it makes it easy for me to like do things that are going to stand the test of time, and it's going to let people notice me from afar. You get me? So I would say it comes from the mentality or the mindset of or how we think. Anything aside that is not going to be sustainable. You know, if you're doing it for money, if you're doing it because you want to get some girl, if you're doing it because you want to, you want to, you know, like those things don't work. But if you're doing it with the understanding that when your great grandkids come, they're going to say, "Oh, this was my grandfather. Oh, my grandfather did this. Oh, if you go to YouTube, oh, my grandfather, he was talking with Vienna. Oh, they did this.
Yeah.
You know." So stuff like these are what I feel like informs decisions and what will make creatives, you know, become as big as they see themselves to be.
Do you think you get the recognition that you deserve in Ghana versus when you go Europe?
Yeah, see, the thing with me and recognition is that I think I've recognized myself, right? So I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. And the fact that people may not recognize me today, I like it. It's supposed to be that way. That's where they're going to see their genius, right? Because I want people to understand that I want them to see everything that is happening, right? And then when it gets to the point where they realize this was the guy that did this, them knowing or understand that, oh, so it was this guy, that's where people start to see like a genius. So that's
you
where
want that like moment. You want everybody to have that. Hey,
so he's that guy. Oh, okay, yeah. That is where people start seeing you as a genius. But prior to that, you knew that you were doing this. You knew yourself to be a genius. So for me, and I don't want to become a viral sensation. I don't want to become a viral hit. I'm here to live forever, all right? So at any point you're going to find me, okay, if you found my or discovered my talent now, cool, but stick along, stay with me. It's a 45-year thing. So I'm not hesitant for people to like recognize me now or people to see me now. I want to be maybe like some Kwame Koda or Rollins or something. When I'm 45, they're going to have. That's when they are going to say, "Oh, let's build a museum for this guy. Let's make a statue for this guy. Oh, Kwame. Oh." So at that time, what will happen is that there's going to be millions of people that are going to come with testimonies because everywhere I stepped, everybody I met with, everything that I did, there was an impact somewhere. And then when it all comes together, they are going to be the believers or the preachers of what my message is. It's like the story of Jesus Christ, you know. So there were disciples that witnessed everything that he did, and then when he left, they came to prophesy. It just took 12 disciples to spread the message across the world. So I see myself being that kind of person, and I'm not, you know, trying to be viral or anything. But as time goes on, people are going to see the genius in me, and they're going to understand what I'm here to do.
And what is the message? What is the final message that you want to be left in people's mind, the impact that you want to have?
It's the idea of the sun, right? And this is where the whole sun thing comes in. People say the sky is the limit. I want to go beyond the sky. I want to touch the sun. So that means if the norm is the sky, I want to go beyond the norm and touch the sun. So that means everything I do has to be above the norm. And in doing that, I'm trying to inspire people to do the same because when people are inspired to do their best, what will happen is, especially in our country, if I can inspire the next doctor to be the best doctor, if I inspire the next politicians to be the best politician, that means if I'm sick, I don't have to travel to the UK to experience the best medication. I can have access to the best doctor here.
Locally.
So we all have to inspire each other to become the best versions of ourselves so that we can experience the best version of life. So I'm trying to do the same in my corner as an artist. I'm trying to become the best artist, and I'm trying to inspire everybody to become the best versions of themselves. So my message for the world would be to inspire people to become the best version of themselves. And in that, everything is attached to it. The house you want, the car you want, the people you want, the love you want, the best experience of life you want is attached to that. So my message would be for everybody to become the best version of themselves. Yeah.
I love that so much. I'm coming to you. Let's say I'm starting. I just have a voice. I can sing. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not Vienna that has done anything.
Yeah.
How would you approach building my brand based on the skill set and experience that you have?
Yeah, I would say one place I try to strike is every human being is unique. Everybody has unique experience and everybody has unique talents too as well. So I try to do work based on your uniqueness. So maybe your pain, your trauma, your happiness, your the places that you like to go to, your favorite color. It's almost like me going on a date. That's how I treat it. Like, so anytime I have a new client, it's like a date. Okay, who are you? What's your name? What's your dog's name?
Oh, so you do all of that?
I do that.
You
Yeah.
did that with Kiddy?
Yeah, like I try to understand where they are coming from, and what they possess. So let me give you an instance. Let me give you an example. So when we were going to shoot liquor, right? Kitty said he wanted to do a maze, right? And then he was trying to tell me that, oh, he's in a love maze, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, cool. Why don't we make the maze a shape of a love, of a heart? So now I've shifted it to make more meaning into what he's trying to do. So I take who you are or your personality, then I shape it or I mold it into something that is going to wow the fans, or let me say, get people's attention. So I normally take it from people's individual experiences and personalities, and I build off that.
So you do individual sorts of consultations
Exactly.
with your clients before you...
Very necessary, because if I don't do that, what I'm doing is just copy and paste. I'm just copying what I'm seeing. But if I can tap into your uniqueness, we can create something new. We can create something different.
Have you ever turned down, after talking to somebody, you're like, nah, this one, I can't do anything? Has that happened before?
I think what happens with me is that you're coming with me with a certain energy, and I'm also coming with you with a certain energy. I'm letting you understand that I'm serious about this. I'm not playing. Like, this is war. So if the more you come closer and you realize that, oh, okay, we are not playing here, is it that you're going to fall off or you are going to get serious? Because so everybody I've worked with, we are serious. Like, we are here to, do serious.
When you say serious, what are some things that would happen? Like maybe they don't get to set on time, or what typically is their unseriousness?
Yeah, so I don't want to make certain examples because I don't want to point
you don't
to
have to
certain
name
people.
drop or anything.
Yeah,
you can
but
just say the instances.
But like, for instance, let's say we are supposed to have a meeting to discuss something, right? And then I remember there was one time I had this meeting with this artist, and then it was supposed to be a meeting, right? And then I was talking to him, and then he was on a video game playing. Oh. Yeah, and I was like, I was talking to the manager. I was like, "What's happening here? Like, isn't your artist?" So I told him there and then that I'm not playing. This is real seriousness. If this is what he's going to be doing, I'm going to drop him, And then the following meeting that we had, he was all serious. He was very, attentive and all of that. There are times where I was supposed to do a shoot, and let's say the shoot was at 1:30, and the person at 1:30 I call, and the person's like, "Oh, I'm in traffic." I'm like, "Oh, then we have to cancel. We have to reschedule, and then you're going to foot the bill for the next one because your session is over." Yeah, so I don't play with my time like that. But there are times where I've also, been late and stuff like that. And I'm always all ready to compensate because it's time, and your time is like, if I waste somebody's time, I feel like I'm wasting the person's life, And just like I have something that I have to do every day, I don't want anybody wasting my time because you're wasting my it's a 45-year plan. If you take a day out, I have to make it 45 years plus 1 day. Yeah. So like I communicate that seriousness from the jump, and I've never really had any problems with people.
Because I was going to come to that, because you strike me as someone that's super disciplined, super regulated and everything. So I was going to ask you, working within this ecosystem of like, we know Ghana man time, booking a studio, models won't come on time, makeup artist is late and things. How do you merge your discipline with the nature of the terrain?
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way, especially when I started doing music videos, because what I realized that there's something that has been happening and people has accepted it to be the industry norm. And for me, one thing about me is I always approach things with ignorance. That's like my weapon, my strong. Because if I come in and you are saying that, the shoot is supposed to take 12 hours, but then we are using 24 hours, I'm like, why? Like, what are we doing that is making it? Yeah. So excuse me for lack of a better term, my stupidity tells me that it doesn't make sense that this thing is supposed to be 12 hours and it's taking 24 hours. So how I solved that problem is that when I started doing music videos, I had to create a culture and embed it into the people that I work with. So there were times where I'll shoot a music video and I'll say we are supposed to end at 6. I'm not bringing any lights on the set. So by 6, if it's not done, there's no light to shoot. There's darkness. We have to go home. and then everybody make sure that we shoot from morning, and by 6 we are done.
But the thing to that is that sometimes it's not, maybe the artist is there, but if there's extras, if there's like extra crew and what do you even call like the extras, right? I think that's what it's called. Like, and maybe the makeup artist is late.
Yeah.
And the crew, you see Ghana, they'll come and tell you that I forgot battery. You have to now go all the way to Asia and go and bring battery, all those things.
So one thing is, you have to make space and accommodate for the time, right? So let's say if you're supposed to shoot at 10, I'll tell you have to be there at 6. And what will happen is that even though I've told you at 6, by 5:30, I'm on your case. I'm calling. So what happens is that sometimes I have to switch my persona to the different Kwame. And that Kwame, I'm calm in nature. I'm calm not because I just don't like stress, right? So if I have to get to the point where I stress, that means my calculations didn't go well. Like something went wrong. So I have to switch to a different persona where if it's 6 by 5:30, I'm calling you till you show up. And what will happen is that you show up at 7 and then you sit there and wait for me till 10. We are at 10. Yeah. And that I used to do those things at the beginning so I could build that culture to the point where if it's 6, it's 6. If it's 7, it's 7.
So you've been able to establish that?
I've been able to establish that. The only time I've had problems is when we have to do bigger sets and I have to bring other people on. They're coming with different...
Their own culture, like that embedded mindset.
Yes. So there are times where I've sacked people from the set, because they are not being, they are being slow. They are doing princess things. Meanwhile, I've collected money to do this thing. I come to do princess thing with my money. You have to go. So that's the only time I've had problems. And most of the time, the funny thing is that working with foreigners, it reassured me of what I've been doing, because I'll be working with some French people, right? And then there's a call sheet. It's time they are there, and maybe somebody's delaying, and they switch to a French accent. Why? Why is it this? Why is the time? But it's not your fault. But these are things that I had to learn the hard way. And I also came to working with foreigners. I came to understand that sometimes in the moment they will express their anger, but it's not because they're angry. It's because things are supposed to go the way they're supposed to go. So I had to learn to differentiate between the mood that I'm in and the work that I'm doing and my personality, because my personality is calm. But if I switch, it's because you're messing with my money. So you have to, be attentive. But after that, we'll laugh, we'll eat, we'll do everything. But when it's work, you have to do what you have to do because it's money on the line.
Has that strictness interfered with any personal dynamics you have with?
No, it's work. It's not me. It's the work. I'm
so like
I'm
if
separate.
because an artist comes like this person sees themselves, they're big, they're superstar.
I don't care.
And you check them.
Yeah.
What happens after? Like, isn't that like they get mad, disgruntled?
Do you know the funny thing is that people actually respect you and they appreciate you for that. Anytime, I remember, I think 3 days ago, I was shooting something, right? And then an artist came with an entourage. I mean, we're shooting and the entourage were there. They were having conversations and everything. And it was affecting my show. I was like, okay, pause. Everybody here, go out. I need my space. And the artist was like, yes, that's what I like. That's what I was, that's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm like, cool. So what I've realized is that anytime I switch to that mood and I'm being straight, that people actually appreciate that. And they actually respect me for that. Because people do appreciate honesty. The problem we have in this country is that we're brought up in a certain way that if you're being honest, it's like people see it as you're being rude. But we have to differentiate between honesty and being rude. Being honest is, I can't do this, or this is not working for me. So, but it doesn't mean that I hate you, or it doesn't mean I dislike you. It's just what it is, So, yeah, it's rather actually brought me people who respect me and respect my time. They have that understanding of Kwame there. There are sometimes where I mess up, but because they know who I am, they know that, it's just that things didn't go the way it was supposed to go. So they give me that grace,
What's one project that you worked on that you will, any day, you wake up from your sleep, you talk about fully because you feel like you fully put yourself into it?
It was actually a tragedy. Instead of, it's not good news. It was a tragedy.
Creative or like personal?
Yeah, it was like a creative tragedy. That was like Leko, right? That was one of my toughest lessons, right? We shot Leko from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the following day.
24 hours.
And it was supposed to be 2 sets. It was supposed to be simple, cuts, clean, we go. But we ended up shooting for 24 hours because art direction wasn't right. A couple of things wasn't right. And I was one director working with a whole lot of people, and a whole lot of people who were not doing what they were supposed to. By the end of the day, I'm the boss. Like, I'm the one in charge. So it's not right for me to,
Did you recruit those people? Were they part of your
No, I
decision
trusted.
making?
I put somebody in place to, put these people. There's a chain of command. So I have a producer. I even had an assistant director. Like, I had so many people who were supposed to be in charge of certain things. And what happened was that I would look at the work, turn to focus on my director, and turn back. Everything has gone wrong here. Yeah, to the point where it was raining. Stoneboy was in. I had to walk in the rain, go check what the art director was doing. The art direction didn't finish until 4 a.m. the following day. The whole time I was busy directing, thinking that work was happening behind me.
Simultaneously.
But nothing was happening. So that was, let me say, one of the things where, and what happened was that after shooting that work, I was in debt.
Oh,
it was a big budget.
It had to come out of your.
A lot of things went wrong. Like, and things were done. So, for instance, right, we were shooting a breeze, so we had to hire a car to come all the way there, and that car fuel, and we were working with lights. So fuel ran out. Plant also ran out. So we had to go drive from Ebri. The driver pick another car, go back to town at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. to go and look for kerosene or a petrol to come and fill the car. Like, a lot of things went wrong on that set. And at the end of the day, you are the one in charge. You are the boss. I don't want to go too much into details, but so many things went wrong on that set. And it left me in debt. Like, it was a big budget. Imagine me working with a big budget, and I ended up in debt. That, wrecked me. But what happened was that I was able to pay off that debt within 1 month, and I bounced back hard enough, and that was when I bought my first car. So running in debt, being able to pay everything back, and then buying my first car within a month. So I learned the hard way. Yeah.
Is that the worst one?
I think that's the worst one.
But what do you think were the factors involved in that being so bad?
I think it was trust. I trusted the people that I was working with. And one thing I've learned in Ghana is that you have to always anticipate. Working with people in Ghana, you always have to anticipate. Like, you have to think for yourself and think for everybody.
And micromanage.
Micromanage. You have to micromanage every single thing. Even the person you put in charge to manage, you have to micromanage. So in that case, when a work comes, that's why when I'm pricing, I price accordingly, because I have to do double work of everything because we are working in Ghana. But when I was able to build that system where I embedded the culture into my people, it was much more easier. I had competent people who always make sure that things were done. But in the beginning, I had to micromanage everything. Yeah.
Wow. But let's flip it. So what's the best one that it was smooth? What project have you worked on that was so smooth, seamless?
I think it was that one that I said that we were supposed to finish 6 and we're not working with any lights. Okay. We started on time and then we ended on time. Everything was pop. And that music video, it was actually done with a low budget. So I had fun managing that little budget, because what we created was like, it looked like 3 times the amount of what we're supposed to do. And I had fun. We all had fun. We all had a wonderful time. The artist was super cooperative. Everybody we were all just having fun on that set. And then we were all working according to time. So we were able to finish on time. Everybody was happy. I'll say that was my best, set that I've worked on. Yeah.
Okay. Let's be more positive. What's one thing that you think we're doing right in Ghana creatively?
I think we are working with nothing, and we are managing resources that we do not have enough to work with. That's one thing I'll say we are doing right. And so if we're able to, get the right money, we can do stuff. But I don't take that as an excuse, because one problem I have with creatives is that I think we have to move from using our creativity for the work. We need to find a way to use our creativity, apply our creativity outside of the work. Like, when I have money problems, I feel like it's because I'm not applying my creativity enough. We have to move beyond using our creativity for the work itself to use our creativity outside the work. So I'll say one thing we are doing right is managing the creativity with the little that we have. So we need to move past using our creativity for just the creative thing, right? So let me give you an example, right? I feel like it's a big problem, right? That up till now, we have people selling in a kiosk, right? And they've not been able to move from a kiosk to a mat, from a mat to a mall. Because these are things that is essential to us and that we need it. And then what I've noticed that people who normally have kiosks, they're actually making money and they are living good. But the mindset of moving from one kiosk in La Paz to opening 5 or 6 more within Accra, that's one thing that we like, because we get comfortable and then we just like to live within, our comfort. So that's one thing I want to say to creatives. We need to move beyond just being comfortable in one space to use our creativity to actually solve problems in the society. I know the people in the kiosk are not creative people, but it's all creativity, Yeah.
We can have healthy banter, because I would nuance that and say that, sometimes I speak to a lot of my engagement outside of the creative arts is like very business centric, and I speak to business owners and stuff, and I know people that have money to expand, open multiple branches, and the thing they will tell you is managers hiring staff. Sometimes people have the money and the means to expand, but the stress. I have a friend, like, I know different people that they've stolen their money. I have a friend currently,
Yeah.
she has a bakery, she has
Yeah.
another business, which because she's not at the bakery in Kaswa, one of her workers has stolen 15K plus.
Yeah.
So the reality is people want to grow, but we as a people don't allow each other to grow.
Yeah.
Because like if you leave town and you have a team down here managing your creative, if you don't get the right people, by the time you come, they've messed it up.
Yeah. So it's just like the music video thing. Like I told you, I had to create a culture around my people and I had to embed that into them. You get me? And one thing that I'm actually exploring and I'm actually doing right now, because I hear a lot of this thing about people have money and they want to invest and the indiscipline and all of that. I feel like we lack systems. We lack systems and structures. And the systems and structures are very needful because if you start a business, right, and you're not able to set up a system and structure, how can you go and open up another branch somewhere? Because what is happening is that whatever mess that is happening here, you're just making it more. You're just expanding the mess, right? What will happen is with the systems and structures in place, right? I travel a lot. I see how people manage their business. There's no ceiling. There's no all these things because they are measuring, if it's rice that they are selling, the rice has been weighed and measured. Like they know the amount of rice that is supposed to go into whatever food that they are making. And they know the amount that they are supposed to supply to each branch every day. So it's like everything is run through a system. And then payments needs to go to, they don't do cash payments. Every payment goes through online. And when you're working, I know here, when you're working, they'll say don't use your phone. You're not supposed to use your phone. Everything runs through a system and the systems make sure that nothing goes wrong. I understand how difficult it is. There will still be stealing, but I feel like it's hard time we need to move away from doing things anyhow to like, I'm not saying that people are doing things anyhow, but I feel like a system that even if it doesn't work, you can force the system to work to curb all these problems that we have, you know. So what I'll say is we need systems. We need working systems.
I think for sure, because and when we as Ghanaians say we are tardy people, we don't show up on time. Ghanaians will go to Canada or go to
It's
America.
a system that has been made and they
go
follow.
and fall in line.
Exactly.
They'll show up early for work.
Exactly.
So it's the systems.
Yeah.
It's definitely the systems. Because Ebo White's films,
Yeah.
people go early because you know that if you go 30 minutes, you have missed 30 minutes of the showcase.
Systems, because left for human beings alone, we will all do what we want. But when it's a system, you all have to go through, whether you like it or not. So it's the systems that will solve the problem.
True. Another key thing is, you said you had a phone, you had money, you found money to buy a phone.
Yeah.
How do you get not something, even the money to buy the phone? Where do you acquire the money, cash, all of it from? Because if somebody's watching who has nothing, who has nothing, no means of getting an iPhone 5 car,
Yeah.
What are you telling the person? Where do they begin?
Yeah. So you see, the things that I'm saying here is not just book stuff. Like this is my life, and most of them are things that I've preached to people, and people are not listening. I decided to apply it to myself, and then come and show result. Right. I've always had this thing at the back of my mind that when you're starting, it's two things. Right. It's either you're buying to sell or you're selling to buy. If you have little money, you can buy something and then flip it. You know, if you don't have, you can take from somebody who has and sell it for the person and then take your commission off that. You get me? So you can literally start from nothing and then get somewhere. This is how I didn't have money to buy and sell, so I decided to sell and buy. What I did was, when I was in school, I had a talent, right? I could draw and paint and all those things. So what I did is, the little chop money that I had from school and everything, I will buy an A4 sheet, right? Then I'll draw. You know, I'll draw like a boy and girl and I'll put lines into it. Then I sell it so that people used to write their letters. Okay. So what I did is I draw and I put the lines in it and then I sold it. And that was how I got the money to buy my first Samsung phone. So literally I started with the little talent that I had, draw, put lines into it, sell it enough to buy my first phone. When I bought my first phone, I did phone photography for 2 years. After 2 years, I was renting and borrowing cameras for 4 years. After 4 years, that's when I started buying my first camera. As of now, I think I'm on my 6th camera or so. So I started with the drawing and then selling it, and then doing phone photography. When I was doing photography, I was into do post. I was in photograde Pixar to do posters for events, and I was like, that was how I remember one time. I was at Accra Mall, and I'll be holding a bag filled with money because I was doing every poster, especially when it's vacation. People will contact me for SHS posters. So that was how I was living at that time. And I managed to do that to the point where I managed to save up some money to buy my first laptop. And then using that first laptop, I was borrowing and renting cameras. That one, they're pens. The people that know me. I'll come and borrow people's cameras to go and shoot. And there was one time that there was this guy that I was borrowing cameras from, and he saw that I was like taking nice pictures, like I was doing well. So he thought I was actually making money, but I was just, creating. So he told me that, Koda, this camera that I'm giving you today, if you come the next time, I'm going to charge you. I was like, okay, sure. The next time I brought the camera to him, the gig that I got, I bought a new camera. So I didn't pay. Wow. Yeah, I got a gig because at that time the pictures that I was creating was good enough. And that gig was actually with Guide Radio. That was when they were starting. So I was the photographer they hired to make their photos, to announce them and everything. And that gig was, the camera I used for that was from that gig. I used to buy a new camera to do that work. So I didn't have to pay for that camera again. So basically, like I started with my skill.
You monetize your gifts, your talents.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was telling you, like people, you can make money from everything. The problem is how to make the money from it. That's the thing. It's knowledge. It's basically a knowledge problem. That's what people have, and especially in our parts of our country, we are limited by where we cap our minds at. If you believe that you can't make money from this, obviously you're not going to make money from it. But if you believe that you can make money from this, you're going to find a way to make money from it. And then you actually discover that you can make money from it. Every profession, every skill, every tool didn't exist until somebody made it exist. Everything that people make money from was something that people were not making money from until somebody decided to find a way to monetize it. Yeah. Like, dancing is lucrative now. Yeah. Podcasting is lucrative now. TikTok is lucrative now. People found ways to make things lucrative. So it's just a knowledge problem. You can make money from anything. I know we are wrapping up, but let me tell you this thing crazy, right? Just like I said, I write down everything, right? I wrote down that I was going to travel outside the country the following year. And I put down the countries. I put Paris and all of those things. So I put down those things the year before. March, I was on a flight going to Paris, and I was deep in it that I actually wrote these things down, and then all these things happening, and I had never sat in a plane before, and everything that I had written down was happening. Like it was, there were, before, prior to that, I used to have a lot of dreams that I traveled. So much that there was one time that I dreamt and I was walking on the streets, and I had been dreaming so much that when I dream, I'm aware that I'm dreaming. So I'm just waiting to wake up. So one time I was in a dream, I was bored. I was just walking around and I met somebody. I was like, where am I? And the person's like, oh, you're in London. I was like, where in London? The person was like, I'm in Croydon. I was like, Croydon. I woke up that day, I wrote Croydon down in my journal. I visited Croydon last year. I went to London. I lived in London when I went to UK at that last year. But I decided to take a train to Croydon just to go stand there and then just take in the air. Like, because like I said I was going to be in Croydon. And the funny thing is that the Croydon that I had seen in my dream was very similar to it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just decided that I had to go there because something happened. And what happened that day is I almost got arrested. Yeah, almost got arrested that day. So maybe that was what was waiting for me. But I went to Croydon. The sun was shining. The sun barely shines in UK. That day the sun was shining. I just went to stand there. I'm sure people would think I was crazy. Just with my arms open and just taking in the air. Because I'm in Croydon.
It had happened.
It had happened 2 years later. It had happened. So, yeah. Sorry for taking you on a long roller coaster.
No, it's fine. You don't understand. This might be one of my favorite ones because it really speaks to so many things. So much of the depth of what you have to see before you actually achieve the thing.
Yeah. And more to come. Like, more to come. 45 years from now, I don't know, maybe I'll be like God or something.
You have to do minus 8 because 45, you started at 6 years ago, so now you are 30 something.
So let's say,
39.
yeah, but I think of like 45 because after that, it's not like I'm going to die. So I just keep going till I can't do anything, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But thank you so much for coming and sharing your story and sharing your philosophy with us. I think that is important for us to all believe in so many things I'm going to apply. I'm going to try and be a morning person. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this one. This one was deep. This one was knowledge filled. This one was very ideological, but it's very essential for us creatives to have these dialogues and conversations so we all grow and learn from. So I've learned a lot. I hope that you have too. Until the next episode, it's been Viana Negasi on the RV Plus pod. See you guys.